Right, Debbie, what do you got in the box? What's in the box?
I have got Murray's 85th birthday cake.
Roger.
About to take it inside.
Right, here we go. When the magic cake trips.
On the table. Welcome everybody to our house. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming to welcome us and for Murray's 85th.
That'll do.
Put your running wine down there. No, it gives me great strength. Anyway, good afternoon everyone, and hope you've enjoyed some of the food. And so my name's Debbie Green. I am the eldest daughter of Murray and Heather, and my sister Cherie Green, who is just, I can see, on her way. She is here today as well, and I thought I would just kick off the formalities by welcoming everyone. So as you know, we're gathered here today for Murray's 85th. I remember his 50th, I think it was, and there was a strippogram who sang as well. So don't worry, I'm not about to
Singing or stripping?
Both. So as you know, Murray's a fairly quiet, modest character. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about his life to date. So he was born in the small town of Temuka in South Canterbury in 1940 to Grace and Charles Green, and you'll actually see some photos of them up there as well. So he had one sister called Helen, and of course this was in the pre-TV days. So in the evenings they liked playing card games and that type of thing, and he still loves cards and poker and that type of thing. And his grandson Jem actually likes to play poker with him as well. So they listened to the Wireless, and one of the things he learned about from the Wireless was about the great big wide world out there. So that gave him a lust for travel, and then when he was 17 he joined the Royal Navy and went off to the Navy to see the world, and he served in Hong Kong, Malaysia and Japan.
And he had a girl in every port.
Another story. When I visit those countries, I sometimes look out for someone that looks a bit like him. But I haven't yet found them. And then in his late 20s, he had met and married Heather and settled in Auckland. And of course, being in the Navy and being away for months at a time was not very conducive to family life. So he left the Royal Navy and joined the Merchant Navy. And he worked on a tug and barge as the cook, going out to Great Barrier Island. So he would leave on a leave on a Sunday night and then get back on a Friday night. And then in 1977, at the age of 37, his father-in-law, Bob McCosh, asked if he'd like to go farming. So Heather and Murray agreed to go farming in the Waikato on the proviso that there was a farm worker. So they moved, them and us kids who were like 5, 7 and 10, we moved to the Waikato and then discovered that actually Mum was to be the farm worker. But yeah, so they got through that. It wasn't an auspicious start when the first cow, Dad put the cups on, kicked him in the face and broke his glasses. So not a great start. And then a couple of years later, Dad contracted leptospirosis. But thanks to great neighbours at the time, helped them get through that time, and it ended up okay. So yeah, they did well on the farm, and for us kids growing up, it was great to be able to build tree huts, play in the hay barn, play in the wool shed, have calf club animals, all of that type of thing. And we also actually took in foster children for respite care on the weekends. So they worked hard on that until 1986 when they bought their own farm out Te Mero, out the back of Cambridge. Unfortunately, their time there coincided with record low dairy prices. So it was a lot of hard work for not much reward for 4 or 5 years. And then in 1990 they sold up and they moved back to town into Hamilton. But Murray wasn't done with farming. He got a job for what was initially called Inkamart, and subsequently a few years later became RD1. So he used to work in the shop selling farming supplies to all his farming mates. So that was great to have a link still to farming, but not be doing the kind of weekend, the 7-day-a-week grind. So once they were free of the grind of having their own farm, they were able to pursue their love of travel. Even when they weren't travelling, they would have boarders from foreign countries. And my sister and I used to joke that our beds wouldn't be cold and there'd be a boarder if an overseas student moved in. And they loved having people stay from foreign countries, and they subsequently visited them, lots of them overseas. And then in 1996 I was living in Turkey, my sister Cherie was living in Denmark, and they decided to come and see us both. So it started off as a trip of just a few weeks and then somehow morphed into a 4-month overseas trip. They got a around the world flight ticket, and I think they probably did the maximum number of stops that you were allowed to do. That they no longer have those tickets because I think they got their bang for their buck so much that I'm sure the airlines made a loss out of selling that to them. So they had lots of great adventures, doing a Nile River cruise, riding camels. We got a rental car in Turkey and drove all around. And the highlight was probably on Anzac Day in Gallipoli, where Dad laid a wreath on behalf of the Ex-Royal Navy Men's Association of New Zealand at Anzac Cove on Anzac Day. So Dad had been a member of that for many years, so that was nice to be able to do that. After that, we went to the UK, and the 4 of us hired a canal boat, and Dad managed to drive that around. Some of those dodgy canals, but that was a fun time as well. And then between 1996 and 1998, my husband Glenn and I were living in Japan, and Mum and Dad took the opportunity to come over a couple of times and travel around with us. So as foreign tourists, they were allowed to get a Japan Rail Pass. So we travelled to Hiroshima, Kyoto, Osaka and other countries. We got back to Japan, got back to Tokyo. Glenn and I had to go back to work, but I think they still had 2 or 3 days left on their rail pass. So they just went as far as they could that day and back again just to make the most of it. So they really liked that. Don't come to Japan. So then in 2002, at the age of 62, Murray and Heather decided that these holiday trips were just too short and they needed to do a proper OE. So they gave up their jobs in New Zealand and they flew to Ireland, they flew to Cork, and they booked into a backpackers, and they managed to get jobs in a town called Letterkenny, and they made wonderful friends, and they stayed there for a couple of years. So that was a great experience for them. While they were there, they would be able to fly off places, for the weekend, Corsica for £1 for the weekend type thing. So they really enjoyed that as well. Then after they were finished in Ireland, they moved to about an hour outside London, and they worked at a stately home, where Murray was the maintenance man, fixing out things for them. So then in 2004 they returned to New Zealand, and Dad got his job back for RD1 and returned to selling farming supplies. So there were some farmers that would only come in on the days that they knew Murray would be there, because they knew, as a farmer, he knew what he was talking about and could really help them. So then in 2007 they bought their first of several camper vans, and they've now spent the last 18 years travelling around New Zealand and spending quite a bit of time away in that. And I know some of you here today are from the many friends that they've met through camper vanning. They also discovered cruising and been on lots of wonderful cruises around the world. So apart from all that, Murray's also been a big contributor to the community via Lions, and he would, for many years, he spent every Sunday cooking hot chips in the van to raise funds for community causes, and also in the New Zealand Motor Caravan Association, helping with self-containments and training other people what to do. So I'm just going to hand over now to my sister Sheree, who's going to say a few words as well.
Well, thank you all for being here today. I'm not going to speak as long as my sister, but I just wanted to really thank you all for your love and support and your friendship for Mum and Dad. Dad's been a wonderful dad, and good granddad, good papa to my children and to Deb and Glenn's children, and also to Rob and Mary's children. But yes, gosh, I'm trying to think of some funny stories with Dad. He does love his cards. So we were playing, I was about 7 or 8, playing poker, and Dad's like, give me something to look at you, and I'm like, well, how much of a look at me do you want? But Dad's been great. I did years of swimming, and Dad was great at dropping us off and picking us up for swimming, and Dad and Mum have been just so a great support with everything really. With whether it's bringing me food when I was at Massey University as a struggling student. I'm very grateful for their food. Just like when we travelled together, Deb was saying about the canal boat, and I remember, because I love dancing, so I was up the top of the canal boat dancing away, and one of the other canal boats was going the other way, and I must have been looking at me dancing, so I ran into the side of the canal. But yeah, we've had lots of fun on our shared travels, and yeah, Dad is just such a wonderful, kind, caring person.
Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah, good. Well done. Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
Hello, my name is Brody, and I am sadly the youngest child here at Glen Murray, and I'd just like to say some words of what my papa means to me. He's one of the coolest papas I have, and we build lots of Lego together, and we play games, and he's always encouraging me to take from the lolly jar.
Lolly jar.
Over the years, Papa has been consistently caring, kind, and thoughtful. And I remember when my me and my mum came over with a quiz game, and Papa was absolutely wasting the questions. He obviously won. And when Nana and Papa babysat me, we always watched the Repair Shop together, which we loved. And Papa, I just want to say that I love you and I treasure the great memories that we have, and I hope that we have many more together.
I'm the other cousin, but Brodie's done this speech to me already, so it's a bit embarrassing. So thanks for all for being here today. I'm one of the two granddaughters of Papa. Of Papa and Anna. My sister can't be here today. She's training to be a pilot, so she's off flying planes. But yeah, what a milestone it is, 85. But some of my favourite childhood memories with you, Papa, has been going to RD1 to see you in Te Whaki. That was really fun. And then another fond memory is obviously all the grandchildren's rallies we went to. And lots of fun, and going out trying to catch fish in your little tugboat. It was really good. We didn't catch any fish, I don't think, but all the dragonflies were big and wing. And then yeah, now that I start my travels around the world, I know you're thinking of me. You're always tracking my movements. Every time I go away, Papa knows my itinerary, and he's always got his atlas out tracking where I am, so that's nice to know. So yeah, the wonderful man who believes so much to all of us. You've lived 85 years of a well-lived life, and yeah, lots to come. So happy birthday, Papa, and thanks everyone for being here today.
Another one.
And
I may not be the youngest, but I have the worst job of going after both of those amazing speeches. I don't. It's not I've been thinking I'll be really sorted. I don't have anything prepared or to say, but yeah, short sort of said thank you everyone for coming and celebrating this beautiful day together. I remember when I was a lot younger and I first got into riding bikes, and I got my own bike. I made the big, it felt like at the time, big journey out here to come visit you guys at this house. And since I've done that, I always remember every time I knock on the door, it's a complete surprise. And they always take me in, I get fed and I get to try all the chutneys. And
Bring the scooter inside.
Yeah, bring the scooter inside. And that's something I always remember. If I'm ever in town, I always love not to text. Mum always says you need to text her first. She likes to look forward to, but I just like to knock on the door and always surprise you guys, and they always text me. I'll always remember those. And
keep doing it.
Happy 85th. I just want to say thank you for all, and as they have so kindly demonstrated to me, the wonderful hospitality that they do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well done.
I knew this was coming. Okay. Doesn't seem such a long time ago he had his 80th.
Roger, tell them who you are.
That's Amy. I'm Heather's brother. You put him off with her. She's my sister. You've had a very varied life, Murray. Yeah. I've had to cut this short because Debbie's probably said it all. You had 10 years at school, roundabout. 10 years in the Navy. 10 years in the Merchant Navy. 10 years milking cows, roundabout. 10 years at County Fair, roundabout. 10 years in RD1 Te Puke. Then you had at least 5 wonderful years travelling with your lovely family all around the world, really. And most important, the last 55 years, you've been my very good friend.
Great. Yeah. Well done. Yeah.
That is a big deal.
Yeah, because you don't got many friends.
I've got one left. I know the last few years have been a bit dodgy for you. But with Heather's good cooking and nursing, you are the last, I've noticed in the last 6 weeks really, Murray, your face has changed colour and you're happy. You enjoy a spot or two.
Yep.
I've got stuff in the car that all these other people have got.
Stuff here.
Hey, it's good to see you laughing and enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I think those skimming goods will iron you up for a forklift job. The way you manoeuvre this thing around the place. So well done, Murray.
Thank you.
And thanks everyone for making the effort to celebrate.
Thank you. Good on you. Well done.
Well, I suppose I was better say a little bit. Exactly 85 years ago, I was born in the Cass Street Maternity Home in Temuka. It's now an old people's home. Go back there and die.
You're gone.
Full circle.
Yeah. No, thanks all for coming and that. That's, no, I don't need to say anything. It's all been said. Deb said the whole Lily and all the good family, and thank you.
Yeah.
Good on you, Murray.
Good on you, Murray.
I'd just like to say the NZMCA, which Heather and Murray are a part of, have been made life members. And that was only about 2 years ago. At one of our Christmas get-togethers in Hamilton. Now, we met Heather up the Coromandel coast at one of the rallies of the school, and they had a motorhome, and I walked in and had a look, and I said, oh, very nice, it was a lovely home. Motorhome. Yeah, no, I'm getting to that. And so she came over and had a look in ours, and she liked it because it was all one level, and Murray didn't have to climb upstairs and jump into different beds. So as soon as Heather got back, she got a hold of Trail Light and said, I want one of these motorhomes that she's got now. And they said, well, we've only got one, that's down in Christchurch. She says, I don't care, I want to buy it. I'll pay for it now. And so that's evidently what happened, and they flew Murray and Heather down to Christchurch, and they picked up the motorhome. She drove all the way back. And that's how we met Murray and Heather. It was in the motorhoming industry, or in the rallies and that. And we've had quite a few good times, joyous times together. And Murray likes to eat a little drink now and again. And yeah, they've got a lot of friends in the Motorhome Association. But yes, I've been made lifetime members, and that's a big achievement to get in the motorhome industry. My wife and I, we've done 20 years, and we got our 20-year badge only a matter of weeks ago. And I'm not quite sure.
19 years.
19 years. So you want
years ago.
Yeah. There we are. So no, it's been great to know you, and happy birthday, Murray.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you so much.
I would like to thank everyone here today, and most of all, Murray, I would like to thank you. Murray was on my committee for a number of years. Nothing was any trouble for Murray. Can you tow the trailer? Can you help put the marquee up? Murray was my man. He never let us down. Murray, I really appreciated your friendship. Thank you for being my friend, and thank you for being a supporter of Central Bay of Plenty. Heather and I, we did the same thing. We went round Bethlehem one day trying to get prizes for It's in the Bag. And so we wore our uniforms, and we'd walk in and they'd say, are you in the Air Force? No, Heather would say no, but we're a very needy cause. So Murray, you've been through thick and thin with us.
Yeah.
I had a van that blew up in the South Island. Who was there? Heather and Murray. So
We did
thank
well
you.
out of your fridge freezer that
Thank you very much, and I can honestly say you've been a valued member of our club.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mary.
Well done.
Very good. Yeah.
Murray has been quite involved in my life recently, well, the last 10 years or so, because Murray has been involved with the Revis Club
Yeah.
that we attend, and he's been an active member there. Unfortunately, that sort of come to a halt, doesn't it? But
Temporarily.
Yeah.
Temporary.
it'll be starting again. So you'll be starting up again. So he's been a great supporter of our club. Also, I'm a member of what's called the Owls. We were a breakaway group from Lionesses, 10 of us.
We were the workers.
We were, Heather. We were the workers. And of course we dragged our men along, those who had men. Because most of us are widows, aren't we? But Murray and some others, so we had several meetings and dinners and lunches, and we always used to refer to us our owls and the pussycats. So Murray,
Tomcat.
no, so
big
Murray
spade.
was one of our pussycats
Yeah.
and entertained us at our luncheons or outings. And I thank you, Murray, for all your support for me, and Heather for your support of me. Okay?
Yep.
So there we are.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know he's loved by lots of people, don't you?
Very good. Righto. Where's the cake?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Murray. Happy birthday to you. Dear, look at that. Hooray! 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 Dear more. Good driving. Beautiful.
There's another chap here I forgot to thank, and he came up a couple of days from Wakatani, Brian there, my cousin's wife, unfortunately Hazel's not. He's been here helping and doing everything else, so thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
Seems a pity to destroy.
Oh my God! Too much to drink.
Like this. Ding, 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 ding.